you know. Or for you men, you open the door, and the thing about it, ladies, you have to always realize, and I know Brother David is a great advocate for men, because if you're trying to go in the food store, and I always look at it, you could be 5, 10 steps ahead, and a lady is coming, and you can't go in first. And you could be going in the bank, and then you could, especially to the bank, and you're in a rush, and if you let her in, she's going on the line ahead of you. That's one more person you got to do it. And so you stop being a gentleman and you open the door, kindness. She goes on in, and she don't even say thank you. I said, excuse me, I'm not the security. I want my thank you. That's me. You may be all right for you, but I feel like if someone show you kindness, you should show a little kindness back. Yeah? Yeah, don't walk past the fella if he hold the door open, you just go through. Like he's supposed to do it. Now, if you vote yes in the referendum, I just ask them, would you vote in the referendum? With gender equality, I say yes or no, because I ain't holding up no more door. You want gender equality, you got to open your own door now, right? Just kidding. Let's get to the message. This morning, we'll be reviewing the book of Luke, Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 15 in the New Testament, with particular interest in verses 8 and 9, where we find the parable of the lost coin. The lost coin. In this chapter, we also find two other parables, the parable of the lost sheep and the lost son, all of which have one common parallelism. Something precious was lost and recovered. So we all agree that we have lost something that's dear. And, we couldn't find it. This must have been over 30 years ago. I lost $600. Now, you see, I forget that. And I often wondered, searching 6 blueies, man, 6 blueies. And I never knew, I was never able to find it. Now, I've been blessed since that loss. But even though I may have made thousands of dollars, I feel it could have been $1,600. So it's still, and it's not really for me the loss of the money, but the circumstances and the timing in which I lost it that I was in, I needed it. But God provides. So when you lose something precious, it hurts. I think several weeks ago, Nathan and I was driving and we stopped to buy some eggs from the farm, organic eggs, and this guy, he came running through, and he was just jogging, and I was talking to my friend, who sell the eggs, Horatio, and we always get in our basketball talk there, and this young man, you can see him fairly young, running, and the way he was running, I could tell that something was not right, and the look on his face, I says, Nathan, I'm looking to see who's coming behind him. Based on I grew up on the street, so I pick up on certain things pretty quickly, right? And so I was looking now to see the area no longer feels safe to me, And so I said, brother, you all right? He's a Haitian young man. He looked like he can be probably in his 20s or 25, maybe 30s. And he stopped because I asked him that, because he looked pretty lost. And he had this sigh. I says, what happened to you? And the guy, he says, some fellas just robbed me. It was a Friday. You see? Just got off from work, got off from the bus stop. Stopped to buy a water, pull out a 20. The guy pulls a gun on him right there. 2 of them in a little car. They rob him of his weekly earnings. I said, where you going? They didn't take his phone. He says, he called the police, and the police says, he couldn't describe where he was, but they tell him to get to the Bacardi bus stop. They would come there. So he's out of breath from the distance he traveled. I said, you need a ride? He said, yes. And so we gave him a ride, and he started to talk, and he became tearful. He's crying, and he's talking about this bill that he had to pay, and he was going to put so much on it, and these people just took all that I had. He lost all that he had. He was tearful, and just to look. So got him to the bus stop, wished him all the best, tell him wait for the police and whatever. Tell him learn to separate your money. Never pull out your money to buy, all of that. But the loss was so great. A whole week. And we can say, yes, we look at the things and we say, sure, you have your life. And that's good, that's true. But you're going to feel that precious thing that you lost. I felt so sorry because every weekend area, because there's a lot of immigrants, some people not straight, they're working and they don't have, and folks ride and take advantage of them. It's sad. Luke chapter 15 verse 8 says, or what woman having 10 silver coins, if she loses one coin, does not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? Why does it say, or what woman? Women ran households in the Bible days. Men, sometimes we ought to learn that they are still capable of that. In some cultures, it still happens. When I was growing up, we had some friends that were Haitian, and this lady named Judy, when Nico goes to work and he comes home, she ran that money. She ran that money, and you can see it. And she made sure, as hard as he worked, he didn't eat for nothing. He had a plate of food around 5 o'clock. They eat the Creole food, and